President Andrzej Duda pointed out that in the face of Russian aggression against Ukraine, Poland is making a number of orders in a very short period of time to modernize and strengthen the Polish army. Contracts for the supply of Korean K2 tanks and K9 cannon howitzers were signed just 4 months ago.
Nikomu nie trzeba mówić.
No one needs to be told. No one needs to have it explained how important this process is, especially when facing war, facing Russian aggression. Since the 24th of February, since Russia invaded Ukraine, we have all seen one thing. Only the heroism of the soldier, equipped with modern, effective weaponry, is able to stop Russian imperial ambitions and Russian brutality.
Padła na Ukrainę.
The agreement also provides for a technical and training package and ammunition for the equipment. Already, Polish soldiers are training and gaining relevant knowledge in South Korea in the handling of tanks and howitzers. We want peace, so we are preparing for war. We are developing the Polish army numerically, but also strengthening it by equipping it with modern weapons. Both K2 tanks and K9 howitzers are among the most modern weapons. Korean Minister of Armaments, Dong-wan, pointed out that this contract is of great importance for strengthening relations between Poland and South Korea. As Minister of Armaments, I firmly believe in the excellence of the K2 tanks and K9 howitzers. This equipment is highly regarded for its performance of durability and mobility, not only in Korea, but in many corners of the world to which it has found its way. July this year, Poland signed a framework agreement with Hyundai Rotem for the acquisition of 1,000 K2 tanks and its Polonized version K2PL, along with logistical support, technical protection vehicles, engineering support, and accompanying bridges. The K2 is a modern tank, a 120mm caliber, 55mm cannon, rapid firing. Every 10 seconds it is able to respond with fire. The first part of the order for 180 tanks is to be completed by 2025. Meanwhile, from 2026, the Polish armaments industry will be able to service, provide spare parts and produce entire tanks. Certainly, a further agreement with Korea regarding licensing and transfer of production to Poland means that Poland can become a country that will be a hub here, selling and supplying weapons in this part of the world. The total value of Polish arms purchases in South Korea has so far amounted to more than $12 billion. 2 years ago, the Defense Ministry signed a contract to buy more than 360 American Abrams tanks. The Polish army will have 4, 5, maybe even 6 types of tank chassis in the army, which results in much higher logistical costs, meaning each tank crew will have to be trained for a specific type of tank. K2 tanks will be introduced first to the 16th Pomeranian Mechanized Division. Contracts for tanks, howitzers and aircraft, as well as more than 200 sets of the K239 Chonmu rocket artillery system, make Poland the largest buyer of Korean armaments in Europe. Security costs money, for goodness sakes. Security comes first. If we acquire equipment that is at the same time the best in the world, then it must cost still extra money. The Polish government has consistently pursued a policy of strengthening the Polish army. In September, Deputy Prime Minister Mariusz Błaszczak approved contracts for 48 FA-50 combat training aircraft, while the Homeland Defense Act passed in April calls for an increase in defense spending to 3% of gross domestic product starting in 2023. Next year, 97,400 million zloty is planned for national defense, as well as an additional funding for modernization from the Armed Forces Support Fund in the amount of 40 billion zloty.